Hello YouTube, Alexei here and welcome to Blood Omen Legacy of Kain, the game that has started the Legacy of Kain series back in 1996, or 97 if you played it on the PC. If you are an old fart like me, then I don't have to explain to you what the series is. However, if you do not know about the Legacy of Kain series, then this, being the first game in the series, is as good a place as any to start. Now the game, and that is true for the series in general, it's not really about the gameplay, it's more about the storyline, the acting, the plot, the atmosphere, the lore. And the lore, I will be explaining it as I go through this game and the, well, hopefully following Legacy of Kain games, but I will be avoiding spoilers, obviously. And I don't think there's anything else of value to say, so let's get in.
There is a magical operation of maximum importance. The initiation of a new aeon. When it becomes necessary to utter a word, the whole planet must be bathed in blood.
Call your dogs! They can feast on your corpses!
For fulfilling the circle, Malak of the Sarafan, you are hereby damned. The pleasures of the flesh are no longer yours. You have but one purpose, damned warrior. You will serve us for eternity.
The tavern's closing. Best be on your way, stranger. What? No mug of ale for a weary traveller from distant Corhagen? I can reward you well, for I am of noble blood. I stay open for no man in these dark times. Things come with the night that no sane man would welcome. And so I left, cold of heart and soul, forced to the road and the long, bitter night. That's him!
So this is kind of the part that familiarizes us with combat and sets the stage for the entire game and the entire series, really. Also, I was not supposed to kill them. I have no idea why am I succeeding at doing that. I was supposed to... Well, I am putting up a fight.
End it! Now!
They victors, suffering to the conquered.
Ironic that now I was the one suffering. Not anything as pedestrian as physical pain, rather the cruel jab of impotent anger. The hunger for revenge. I didn't care if I was in heaven or hell. All I wanted was to kill my assassins. Sometimes, you get what you wish for. The necromancer Mortanius offered me a chance for vengeance, and like a fool, I jumped at his offer without considering the cost. Nothing is free, not even revenge.
You will have the blood you hunger for.
I awoke to the pain of a new existence, in a dank womb of darkness and decay.
And so, Kain has awoken in this crypt, which is actually his own mausoleum, and which will appear in a later game, completely redesigned, and the design will probably make more sense, and I'll explain why later. But in Blood Omen, this is basically the small tutorial-ish section that familiarizes us with several core mechanics of the game. For example, this one will familiarize us with spells, and I will not have to explain what this spell does. I'll let Simon Templeman, who is the voice actor for Kain, do the job.
The sanctuary spell enables me to travel to my crypt, where the soil of my grave provides me respite. I often resort to this when I am weak and need nourishment.
And now we drink blood. Now, there are actually two drinkable types of blood in this game, red and blue. Red blood is, well, what it is, and it restores our health. And blue blood is blood of ghosts, which we can also drink, and it will restore our magical energy, of which we do not yet have any. And this is Heart of Darkness.
Reputed to have been ripped from the chest of the greatest vampire to have ever existed, Janos Audron, the Heart of Darkness restores vampiric unlife. Life is precious, Janos discovered, as it was torn, throbbing and bleeding from his own body.
Janos Audron. Remember this name. It will not come up in Blood Omen, but it will come up in the later games, and it will be important, so just take notice. Now, Kain's mausoleum apparently has prisoners for some reason, because it makes perfect sense. But at least they provide Kain with the source of blood. So this is a blood vial, and this is basically a health upgrade.
This ancient vial bears with it a dark gift indeed, for with it my life force is increased.
And this is called a rune triangle, and this is a magical energy upgrade.
These ancient symbols of power contain raw magical energy that increases my own capacity to summon energy for the spawning of spells.
And now comes the weird part. First, a spiky pit. I have no idea why would anyone put a spiky pit in a mausoleum. And the second thing that makes no sense, that is why does a skeleton, it is a skeleton, bleed with green blood? I have no idea. And what we just picked up is just a magical orb. It's a mana orb, a magical energy orb. It just restores our, well, some of our magical energy.
Within the walls of these chambers I could find respite, and if I so chose, resume my journey when my weariness abated.
So now let's head outside. I believe that it's pretty clear that what we just encountered was this game's version of Checkpoint. We can save there. And now we are going outside and encountering another feature of the game, which I will explain as soon as Kain will be done with his monologue.
The world had changed to my eyes. I had not expected such cruelty from the light, for in the embrace of the sun I could find no comfort, only malice. This would change in time for the worse, along with other things. When rainfall comes, vampires are wise to find shelter from its acidic touch.
So, two things. First, weather is a thing in this game, and basically rain slowly, very slowly, and little by little, but hurts us. That's first thing. And second one is that this game actually has in-game time, and it has day and night cycles, and it takes advantage of them in two ways. First, during night, Kain's attacks are stronger than they are during daytime. Yes, okay. Yes, so we're right. This was my practice file. Kain's attacks are stronger during night than they are during daytime. And the second thing is that there are actually moon cycles in this game, and some secrets are only unlockable during full moon. It's done in a very simple manner. Basically, there's just a door which is locked all the time except during full moon, which actually right now is full moon, but it's not gonna help us because these secrets are pretty far away. More skeletons, more items, and another grave robber. Now, basically, the only reason to enter this crypt is to get these items and to encounter another thing, which is not far away from here. However, we do not want to let the grave robbers knock us down into the spiky pits. Actually, no. First, we have a puzzle. And as we are trying to solve this puzzle, I think I will talk about the character of Mortanius. Mortanius is, well, he will be an important character, more so in this game and in Defiance than in other games. You know, this is the puzzle. There we go. He's voiced by late Tony J, and well, basically, case in point, he's not the bad guy, but he's got his agenda. Now, there's an interesting piece of trivia about him, and that is he's voiced by Tony J. I'm sorry, but however, there is another character, another major character in the series.
These curious devices hurl bolts of whirling energy and eviscerate my human enemies by stripping ragged flesh from blood-stained bone.
By the way, this spell is, if I can remember correctly, called Flay. Now, there will be another character voiced by Tony J, and he will appear in future games, beginning with Soul Reaver. And first, when that character appeared, there was actually confusion as to whether Mortanius and that character are the same. Right now we know that they're not. Now we know that they are not the same character, and that Mortanius was simply recast. He will be voiced by Alistair Duncan in a later game. However, back then, back in early 2000s, there was actually teasing from the game's writers, from Amy Henning, who was the writer of non-Blood Omen games in the series, that maybe that they're the same character, but no, they're not. Now we've gotten to this place where we have a couple of chests with a rune triangle and I believe a blood vial. No, Heart of Darkness. Okay. And this place is a secret which we cannot yet access. This secret will have to be accessed by moving these rocks, but we cannot do that as of yet. This is because we are not strong enough. We simply need a power-up, which we will come across later in the game. And so we come full circle, somehow, and let's go back outside. Actually, I think I will cut it, let's not go outside, I think I will cut it off here. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Goodbye.